A peaceful morning breeze flows through the small lakeside market, greeting the day with soft, golden light. Every stall seems to wake slowly, carrying the scent of herbs, wood, and early spring. Then, mother and daughter begin their morning stroll, carrying empty baskets ready to gather fresh, simple treasures. The mother gently shows her daughter how to choose the freshest, most vibrant greens for their family meals. Yumi watches closely, learning that patience can be found even in the smallest daily choice. With careful hands, they select every vegetable, placing them gently into their baskets while enjoying the market's charm. They make their way toward the friendly merchant, whose stall is always filled with the freshest harvest goods. The old scale tips rhythmically as the merchant prepares their bundle with genuine care and a friendly smile. This familiar exchange makes the morning feel rooted, honest, and beautifully ordinary. In addition to their harvest, they also choose small packets of seeds to grow their own little garden. With their baskets full and spirits high, they slowly walk home, carrying the promises of a beautiful season. Each step home feels softer, as if the baskets are filled not only with food, but with hope. When they reach the quiet porch of their home, the air feels cool and welcoming under the shade. They gently place their basket on the wooden table, filling the kitchen with the fresh scents of earth. Under the cool running water, the leaves sparkle like emeralds, cleaned and ready for their simple, wholesome meal. The water runs clear and cool, washing away the dust while preserving the freshness of the day. Then, the rhythm of the knife on the cutting board begins, a steady sound echoing through the small cottage. The aroma of simmering herbs and vegetables fills the kitchen, carrying the warmth of their morning together. Steam rises slowly, wrapping the room in comfort and making the cottage feel even warmer. Once the simple lunch is prepared, the table is set, inviting them to sit and share their day. As the meal comes to an end, they feel a deep contentment and are ready for the garden work. In the gentle afternoon, they step out into the garden, where the soil is waiting to be awakened. The garden seems to welcome their footsteps, ready to receive both effort and imagination. The mother carefully turns the soft, dark earth, preparing the perfect bed for their new flower seeds. Gently, the seeds find their home in the earth, beginning the long, slow process of blooming to life. The daughter watches with wonder, understanding that growth often starts where nothing can yet be seen. With a light touch, they cover the seeds and sprinkle cool water, nourishing them with love and intent. Every drop of water feels like encouragement, a small blessing given to the hidden seeds. They stand back to admire the small plot, imagining the colors that will soon bloom here in the garden. In their minds, the empty patch is already alive, with petals, butterflies, and morning dew. Slowly, they tidy up their tools, leaving the garden in peace as the afternoon light wanes to golden. As sunset colors paint the sky, the garden settles into a quiet, sleepy rest for the coming night. The fading light makes every leaf and stone appear softer, calmer, and full of meaning. The house feels snug and warm, a sanctuary against the cooling air of the encroaching evening twilight. Inside, a single lamp illuminates the kitchen, casting dancing shadows across the old cedar wooden shelves. With deep contentment, they find themselves smiling in the quiet comfort of their warm, wooden kitchen. They know the day has given them enough, and that feeling makes the silence sweet. Then, one by one, the lights dim, inviting a restful night after their busy, productive, happy day. Outside, the moon rises high, bathing the cottage and their new garden in a soft silver glow. The soft night breeze whispers through the garden, cradling the newly planted seeds in the darkness. Nothing rushes in the darkness, yet everything continues its hidden work beneath the surface. In the silence, the rhythmic chirping of night insects becomes a gentle lullaby for the sleeping earth. Everything is still, resting under the watchful gaze of the moon and the vast starry sky above. Deep within the soil, the seeds gather strength, ready to rise when the first light touches them. Though unseen, life begins to gather quietly, preparing for its first brave movement upward. The porch swing moves slightly in the night air, marking the passage of the quietest, darkest hours. The darkness slowly fades away as the horizon begins to blush with the first promise of morning. The new day arrives gently, not with noise, but with a tender widening of light. With the return of the sun, the world awakens, refreshed and eager to start a new day. The light spills into the kitchen, signaling that it is time to cherish the moments once again. A hot cup of tea fills the air with comfort, grounding them in the beauty of a new dawn. The tea's warmth reminds them that every day can start with a simple act of care. They step out into the crisp morning air, eager to see if the seeds have stirred in the night. To their delight, the first tiny green leaves have emerged, reaching bravely toward the morning light. The sight fills them with wonder, as if the earth has answered their kindness overnight. They gently water the small, fragile sprouts, promising to continue their work with love every day. They handle each sprout carefully, knowing fragile beginnings deserve the gentlest protection. With a gentle touch, she tends to the soil, ensuring the roots have a secure place to thrive. Satisfied for now, they walk back to their home, their hearts lighter and full of quiet joy. Their joy is small and steady, the kind that stays in the heart for a long time. Together, they clean their tools and tidy the kitchen, keeping everything in order for tomorrow's care. The sunlight streams through the glass, warming the rustic wooden surfaces of their home. Dust motes drift in the brightness, turning the familiar room into a soft golden scene. As the afternoon passes, the light shifts, and the garden seems to glow with quiet purpose. The shadows lengthen across the grass, telling the story of another day spent in harmony. The garden seems to remember their care, shining back a calm reward for their patience. They decide to enjoy a cup of tea, savoring the peaceful transition from the afternoon to evening. They sit together on the porch, watching the sky change colors as the sun begins to set. The warm cup between their hands helps them notice how beautiful slowing down can be. The sunset paints the horizon in warm shades of orange and pink, a gentle end to the day. Their conversation is soft, filled with small memories, plans, and quiet gratitude. The garden rests, reflecting the tranquil spirit that these two women have nurtured throughout the day. The warm glow of a lantern guides them, marking the boundary between the day and the deep night. The cottage rests peacefully, held in the quiet embrace of the dark, moonlit countryside night. Stars twinkle above the garden, watching over the soil where their hopes have been planted. The seeds wait in the cool earth, drawing strength from the stillness and the quiet moonlight. Even in the dark, the garden has its own beauty, a quiet life waiting to wake again. The world outside is silent and gentle, wrapped in a blanket of calm that encourages sweet dreams. The cottage stands as a lighthouse of comfort, offering safety and warmth against the cool night. Everything is at peace, resting under the moonlight, waiting for the light to return once more. In the deepest hour of the night, everything feels held in a peaceful, gentle pause. The earth sleeps soundly, cradling the seeds as they continue to stir in the silence. The moonlight shines on the cottage roof, a quiet witness to the day's gentle, loving journey. Under the vast, starlit sky, they are small and loved, resting in the quiet garden of life. The moonlight softens the edges of the world, leaving only peace and quiet behind tonight. Everything is in its rightful place. Resting before the morning brings new life and new growth. Finally, the house is dark and quiet, and the garden sleeps, ready for the cycle to continue. And then, as the moon begins to set, the night fades, leaving us in a